Morning, everyone. Once again, I'm here to share with you my random thoughts. Well, I was contemplating about in my previous videos, I'm talking about why a lot of human beings suffer. And I try to sit down and contemplate on my end. How am I able to cope up? Of course, it's very obvious that with our current situation, indeed is very difficult. So basically will cause a lot of people to suffer. But I don't know, but since I was a kid and as I was saying, I am a papa's girl. So I think I think like a man. That's what I was saying since I was little. So I'm just like my father. So I was able to create that invisible intelligence at the back of my head. Of course, a matter of fact that I am a natural woman. Yeah. But basically, I learned a lot of things like how men deals with life. You know, I also was able to discuss about the Maslow's hierarchy of needs. So men and women has different priority. On top of their priority, the man has to be what they ought to be before they will get to that emotional quotient, which is actually what is the primary or the priority of women. So that's the difference. So as I was saying, I think like a man, so I am not that attached. And that is actually one of the secret how we can be more happy about many things. I never say that I had a perfect life, but I was saying that I was able to create that with my playful words. I call it invisible intelligence. But what I learned from my martial arts club, we call it mind power. Mind power, it means what you think is what you will become. Just a matter of having, I also discussed about strong faith that will actually define what you're going to get out of what you're doing. So basically, it's just a matter of, just like what we had in our training, consistency. That will actually make you the best among the rest. So basically, it was a very vague generalization that the bottom line is you just have to, of course, as I mentioned, we have, everybody does have bad experiences, sadness, emotional pains, emotional turmoil, anything that we are not happy about. But as we move on, all we have to do is to empty ourselves. It's like an orange. Try to squeeze the orange all your mind. You tell me what's coming out. Orange juice. Yes, of course. Because it was an orange juice. So nothing will come out, not an apple juice, not a grape juice, but orange juice, right? Just like our swelling brains. What we put in our head will come out. So we cannot actually control what's happening outside us, like the world, like outside our house, like what happening to other people, even to our closest, even to our husband or to other person. But we can control what's going on inside us, what we think and what we feel. And that's what I'm talking about, that we have a choice. So it's just a matter of resetting. We don't have, as I mentioned from my previous video, that all we have to do is to be positive about everything. Even problems, we be thankful. And we believe and remain believing that every problem or adversity carries with it another seed of an opportunity, or any problem has a reason why it happened. If we are not able to get things that we are after, so maybe there is something else that is for us. If we think that way and we don't take it negatively, we don't have to fret about things that we are not able. But we must be able to learn to appreciate what we had. As I mentioned, that sometimes others never ever had. So we're supposed to be thankful about that. So basically, it's just a matter of putting yourself in a higher level. You don't have to live with your ego, that you have to listen to the tribe. You know the tribe? Other people around that makes an influence on your personal disposition. If you always care to listen what other people are saying, and you don't even already hear, you don't hear yourself now anymore because they are louder, because you are not able to hear yourself. You know, sometimes when I also mentioned about that tiny miracle. That is when we think of something that we ignore. You know, sometimes we simply have to talk to ourselves so that we will be happy. For example, things are not according to what we wanted. And we would like to get rid of that. It's just a matter of starting from within you so that you will believe that you can be able to resolve whatever the problem is. It's just a matter of mind setting, just a matter of mind power. It's an it's a matter of invisible intelligence, or however you call that. It's simply the ability to talk to yourself. If you talk to yourself and then you hear something, that is when God is talking to you. If you hear some intuition, you hear some information, or you're thinking of anything that could happen, but more often than not, we try to ignore it. Don't ignore it. Because the divine intervention is actually a warning for us to be able to do things right all the time. And for us to be able not to get affected by our bad experiences, we simply have to empty ourselves. Squeeze it out. We don't have to dwell with negative feelings. Things that had happened already, especially, we cannot change anymore. We have to live with. So we have to move on. So what comes out is what's inside. So whatever you keep in your heart is what you going to feel or think. So basically, those things that comes from handed by other people, or things that is impacting to you, that is done by other people that you care a lot, you simply have to let go. It's like have your own government. You should know exactly what you wanted, so that you will not be influenced. You don't have to get attached so much, so that you can be mindful of what is actually the reality. Just a matter of accepting the reality and not being influenced by other people. It doesn't matter if everybody is doing it. If you're not happy with that, you don't have to. You don't have to do all that. And of course, it's like trying to have a shield so that you will not be affected. I'm not saying that you have to be insensitive. No, I never say that. I'm trying to tell you to be balanced emotionally and mentally. Me as a woman, as I said, I think like a man. I think like a man, but I function like a woman. Yeah. So basically, it's just a matter of mental strength. Trying to be balanced about all angles. Being able to see at the bigger picture. So it's like being able to establish what you wish for. So you have to ask for it. So you have to do something about it. And you have to intend to do something about what you wish for and what you have asked for. And for you to be able to complete the process, you must have the strong passion for you to do exactly what you wanted that makes you happy. So it's a very simple algorithm that you have to follow. It's like as normal as being born, possibly getting sick, getting old, and dying. So it's simply trying to make that cycle of knowing what you wanted and that you will wish for. And as you ask for it, you must be able to intend to do something, all effort exerted with compassion, with strong passion, as you would love to do it, so that no matter how hard that could be, it could be as easy as 1, 2, 3. So basically, just a matter of mind setting. There's no scarcity of opportunities or chances. As long as you keep on doing it again and again and again. Like you try and try until you get what you're after. So basically, that is what is scarcing. That is what is missing. Some people are running out of the effort or the consistency. That is a very good practice. As I also mentioned, your habit will define your success. So consistency is one of the best that you might inculcate into your swelling brain that you have to do it. If you fail, do it again. Don't stop until you get what you are after. And for you to be happy, you simply have to stay away from thinking about what you don't want or what you don't have. It was simply like learn to appreciate what you have instead of fretting about what you don't have. So if you focus on what you don't like, you are manifesting that into your brains. If you are uh, if you are thinking about what you don't want, so that's what's gonna happen, and that's what you're going to have. So basically, it is as you think so is what you will be. Does that make sense? That is actually the core of our entirety, our mind and our heart. So we just simply have to be balanced emotionally and mentally. But primarily, you have to think otherwise, that because what you believe is what you become. So you simply have to be mindful. Um, and be able to release all the negative energy and just focus on what you wanted, what you make you happy, on all the positive things. You don't have, I don't say that you don't accept bad things. What I'm saying is that move on. If you cannot change it anymore, live with it. After doing all effort exerted and you fail, you leave it up to the Lord and let it be solved by itself. I also mentioned that. So for today, I'm just trying to share with you about mind power. That is actually one of my, if you were going to describe me, that makes me, my mind. That I'm trying all effort exerted to keep it strong. I don't allow my emotions to get affected, my way of thinking, my disposition in making any decision. I always try to be balanced. It is only with my son that I am so emotional that sometimes it's not no longer conditionally acceptable, but I allowed to happen because it was my son. It was my only son. But now I'm trying to learn to get more detached. As a mother, I am the same cool mom, but I am able to be more realistic. If I'm not able before, I'm going to do the magic. But now, maybe because I also am not capable, but now I learn to say no. Well, I actually just would like to let him learn the lessons also, because it's sometimes a repetitive behavior. And it was my fault because I allowed it. And I'm not doing it anymore now because just because I don't want to, or because I don't love him anymore, my son. But first of all, I'm sick and not capable. So, but still, other factors other than practical benefit, I'm still there, all out for my only son. So, bottom line right here is, let's just be realistic. We just have to have a strong mind. Make that fancy, invisible intelligence. Like separating your ego from your alter, your second personality. Like being a natural human being, we have this ego that we have to do what others are doing. But if you're going to level up and have that deeper consciousness of what you really are and be realistic, you will be able to think differently. So it's just a matter of being able to take a look at the bigger picture. All of us have this full potential, unlimited capability or energy to be able to resolve any problem. What is only missing or is scarcing is that ability to continue or consistently be able to keep doing what we ought to do so that we can have it resolved. Remember that a problem is actually something that we have to be thankful. Why? As I've said, you know that there is a problem because you know what is the situation that you don't have a problem. It's like you know how to be happy because you know the feeling of being sad. So it's just a matter of being realistic. Just dig deeper. Talk to yourself. What you believe is what you can be. Enhance your mind power. You sharpen the saw. Some things that we already know that we simply have to be reminded and not to be affected by what other people are saying or what other people are doing. We have our own choice. We have our own preference. Stay happy, people. Once again, my name is Aileen, and I will be expecting that you will be subscribing so that you will get notified in case I have another video that I will be caring to share about my random thoughts about what I have learned from the past and what I mirrored from other people that we can live by. Things that will help us to possibly fulfill our human revolution. It pays to be kind. It's better to be kind than to be right. Remember that. Have a beautiful day.